Now let's go ahead and add the radiator and shroud. So let's go ahead and it's going to be a piece kind of right along the front here. Go ahead and take a look in our side view. This is sort of a piece right here. So I'm going to go ahead and start with just a box. So I'll go ahead and draw this out from the left-hand view. And we'll give it a little bit of thickness. Go to the top. Okay. And you could either draw it out from here as well if you wanted to, but I'm going to go ahead and center that pivot. Bring it into the middle. Okay. And now I want to rotate this into position right up against the frame. So at about the same angle. Okay, right up against that frame. Go into the left-hand view there. And let's go ahead and just make sure that this is scaled out to the width of the frame that we've got there. Alright, and now we can do a little bit of shaping to this. Okay, so we can go ahead and take some of these points, and we want to make sure that we kind of convert this to a editable poly first. So we'll go ahead and convert that. And then I can start to take some of these points and move them around. So I'm going to go ahead and take these points and move them up so that this is kind of angled out here. And I'll do the same sort of thing here. Just kind of match up that shape. Okay, so it's sort of an angled shape. And then this one, we'll go ahead and just pull these points all the way down here and get that shape built out from the profile. Okay, we'll go ahead and take these points and these points, and let's go ahead and pull those down a little bit and back. Okay, so that they kind of maintain the shape that we're trying to get there, where this is the top corner. Okay, so we'll bring those down to that point. Alright, and you get something along those lines. So now what we want to do is take this, and I'm just going to go ahead and isolate this and turn on our edged faces. So now we need to create some of the different sections that we've got here. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to smooth this, and I want to create a certain amount of hardness. So I'm going to go ahead and select this ring. Go ahead and slide this. I'm not going to take it too far down, something like that. Alright, and let's go ahead and do the same thing up here. Just so the actual shape is more what we're looking for here. And then this side as well, I'm going to go ahead and add another line kind of right in there. And then over here also. Okay, and we'll go ahead and bring this kind of same size over there. Okay, let's go ahead and do the same thing up here. I kind of add a little bit of resolution in there. And let's go ahead and add a turbo smooth to this. Okay, so then that tells you what it's going to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and tweak some of these vertices to give us a little bit more shape. Okay, so we'll go to the side. We're going to move those up and over. Okay, and let's go ahead and take this middle part and just move it up a little bit and over. Okay, and then we can go back into our turbo smooth and see what that looks like. So that kind of gives us the shape that we want, and it also gives us a little bit more resolution to work with in here. Okay, so I've got it on that little layer there. So I'm going to go ahead and add it to the default layer so that I can modify it a little bit. And now I can go ahead and just collapse this stack. Go ahead and collapse. Okay, and now I can go in here, and I want to take some of these and pull them out a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and take these polygons right here, kind of all around here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and just extrude those out just a little bit, just a very small amount. Alright. Okay, and then we can go ahead and just do an inset on those. Again, very small amount. Okay, and then go ahead and extrude those in a little bit. Okay, we want to do the same thing over on the other side, or we can just go ahead, delete those polygons, and then throw a symmetry modifier on there. Okay. And just make sure that our threshold is set high enough, and then go ahead and collapse that, and we've got it on both sides. We can now take the polygons in here, okay, and do the same sort of a thing. So we'll go ahead and do an inset, do a very small amount. Okay, extrude, and we'll extrude that in and in a little bit more. And then do another inset and another extrude. This time we'll come back out. Okay, and another inset. So that when we now smooth this, we get something that looks kind of like that. Alright, and you can modify these if they're sticking out too far. You can modify those a little bit if you want to. And let me go ahead and exit our isolate mode. Now, and then you want to stick that right up against the frame there. Give it a black color before we add our materials. So something like that. Alright, so now that we've got that built, let's go ahead in the next lesson look at building the headlamp. Alright, so don't have a lot of stuff going on up here yet, so we'll start to add the headlamp in the next lesson.